I worked so hard on, trying to really respond to these other negative factors, but then it came to a point where I became my own worst enemy. And that was probably the most painful and is the most painful thing of all.
Every single one of us has felt the weight of isolation, uncertainty, and sudden drastic change. But no matter who you are, one thing is certain. This repeated exposure to stress has called on us all to be resilient. There are many definitions of resilience. You may even have your own. Resilience is the capacity to bounce back from adversity, conflict, failure, or even positive events, such as increased responsibility or progress, therefore adapting to changing circumstances. Whatever resilience means to you, university is a great place to practice. We understand that resilience is not a fixed trait. It's an ongoing process of developing health-sustaining resources. Resilience is how we show up for ourselves and for others, how others show up for us. It's how communities come together to face hardships. The people we admire and the stories we tell remind us of what resilience is. So what happens when we get intentional about building resilience, like when managing stress during university? Well, the research is pretty clear. Thousands of studies have shown that resilience leads to better overall health, well-being, and satisfaction in life. Now, there are external factors that can influence how we respond to adversity: economic factors, cultural and social factors. But there are some ways we respond to stress that are within our control. Let's say you did not get the grade on that big assignment. You're probably pretty stressed about it, or maybe discouraged. Maybe you're feeling external pressure from family or peers, and your instinct is to panic or give up. During these times, try considering what happened from a different perspective. Reframing can be a powerful tool. Maybe the lower grade is a chance to develop a new skill. Instead of a failure, this could be an opportunity to grow. Maybe resilience in this situation is taking a moment to breathe and be kind to yourself. You are in a new environment and could be learning for the first time. Self-care can be resilience too. In other words, if we get intentional about how we approach our day-to-day stressors, we can learn techniques to handle future stressors too. To understand this concept, visualize a seesaw. Environmental factors, coping skills, communities of support and resources on one side, counterbalance adversity on the other. Resilience comes when you're able to tip toward hope for outcomes, even when facing a heavy load of adversity. But a foundation needs to be there. Without a supportive environment, you can still sink. As a student, you may have been told you need to develop more resilience. That can be frustrating if you feel you've already done all you can. But there are things you can do to balance the scale. Some of these things you may already be doing, and some things may not work for you. Health and well-being. You've probably heard that sleep, diet, and exercise are important for your physical health, but these factors also help build resilience. Science is beginning to show that tuning into our mind and body is crucial to building resilience. Consider some sort of mindfulness practice, whether that's meditation, time in nature, or simple breathing exercises. Positive relationships. A positive social network is also important. Studies show that even simply thinking about one positive relationship in our lives seems to help us reduce our stress reactions. It's about quality over quantity. Remember, social networks are built into your university experience. Take time to learn about services like your Student Wellness and Student Success Center, and connect with clubs and groups on campus or in the community. Advocacy. Are there larger systemic issues getting in the way of building resilience for yourself or your community? Consider using your voice to promote change on a larger scale. Finding others who care about what you care about is empowering, and community organization and activism can help reduce barriers that make resilience building so challenging. Self-compassion and vulnerability. Criticizing yourself when you're down prolongs your stress reaction and delays your ability to try again. Unfortunately, self-criticism often comes more easily than self-compassion. So when those criticisms come up, acknowledge them and try treating yourself as you'd treat a good friend in distress. Support and common humanity. You are imperfect, just like anyone else on the planet. It's okay to fail. It actually helps you navigate things for the next time. The most resilient people know when to ask for help. So don't be afraid to talk to your professors or TAs, to check in with your university's student services. There are people in all of these places that really can support you in this journey. Let's be clear, building resilience isn't easy, and it won't happen overnight. Think of it this way. You won't run a marathon without training your body to adjust to the longer and longer runs. So when you're feeling discouraged, keep in mind, your brain is simply another muscle that takes its time to strengthen. You might be surprised by how resilient you already are.